I still remember that afternoon like it just happened. The sun was hot, blazing through the curtains of our small flat in Enugu, and I could feel the tension burning between Henry and me. He sat on the edge of the sofa, his eyes tired, shoulders slumped, like a man who had fought too many silent battles. "Henry, I'm ready to go," I said, clutching my handbag, already halfway to the door. He looked up slowly. "Where, Clara? Where are you going to?" I rolled my eyes. "When did I tell you I was going today? Please, please, Henry, don't use that as an excuse not to give me the money I asked for." He blinked, confused. "I don't understand. Where are you going?" "I told you," I said, my voice rising a little. "My friend is doing a bonanza sale today, and I must get that hair I've been admiring. Please, can you just write me the check so I can go?" Henry exhaled deeply, rubbing his face. "But you know I don't have anything doing now. You know I lost my job, Clara. Where am I going to get that kind of money from? And by the way, how much are we even talking about here?" I said it like it was nothing. "Oh, sorry. It's just 480,000 naira. His eyes widened. 480 what? You mean I should give you 480,000 naira? Haba! I folded my arms, glaring. "Why are you acting as if it's too much? Are you not my husband? Are you not supposed to take care of me?" He shook his head, almost laughing in disbelief. "That's not all, is it?" I shrugged. "Of course not. There's my cream and makeup too. Everything together is about 1.2 million naira. Please, just write the check so I can go." Henry's lips trembled with frustration. "Clara, I've told you to cut down on your expenses. I don't have a job now. I've been sacked, remember? The children are even out of school because I can't pay their school fees." I sighed loudly and threw my bag on the chair. "And how does that concern me? You don't have a job? The children haven't paid their fees? So what? Does that mean you don't have any money to give me?" He looked at me like he didn't recognize the woman standing before him. "Baby, please try to understand me," he said softly. 1.2 million is a whole lot. Our house rent is expiring next month, and I haven't even gotten half of it." That was when I smiled. "Oh, you even have some. Please, can you give me from the one you have so I can go?" He looked away, and his silence made me angry. "Baby, don't be like this now. Please, you know when things were okay, you never lacked anything. I expected you to understand me now." "Understand what?" I snapped. "That I have to beg to eat. That I have to look like my grandmother in the village. Understand that I have to walk around looking like a widow because my husband lost his job?" I grabbed my wig from the table, my heart racing. "Henry, I'm not cut out for this kind of life. I love looking good. I love makeup. I love vacations. I love class. And if you can't give me that, I don't see any need of being here." He stood up. "Clara, don't talk like that." But I had already said it. "Do you know what, Henry? Sometimes I regret ever marrying you." His mouth opened, but no words came out. I could see the pain in his eyes, but my pride wouldn't let me stop. Every other man is out there hustling to give their families a good life. But because you lost your job, you've become lazy, you've changed. You better wake up and do something with your life, because I can't do this anymore. I slung my bag over my shoulder. "Anyway, since you don't have the money to give me, I'll get it elsewhere." "Clara!" he shouted, stepping closer. "Come back here." But I had already turned the doorknob. I slammed the door so hard, the glass cracked, and I didn't even look back. That day, I left my marriage behind. When I got to my friend Amaka's house at Independence Layout, I told her everything. I didn't hold back a single tear. Amaka listened quietly, then crossed her legs and smiled. "My dear, forget that man. You deserve better. You are too fine to be suffering." I sniffed. "But where do I even start? I can't go back home like this." Amaka leaned forward. "Don't worry. I have a friend, Chief Tony. He's rich, generous, and he loves fine women. I'll introduce you to him. He can take care of all your needs." I hesitated. "Amaka, you know I'm married." "Married to what? A broke man? I beg. Don't deceive yourself. You need to live your life." That night, I met Chief Tony at a hotel bar. He was older, in his late 40s, but everything about him screamed money, from his gold watch wrist to his cologne that filled the room. He smiled when he saw me. "So, you're the beautiful Clara I've been hearing about." I blushed. For the first time in months, someone looked at me like I mattered. From that day, everything changed. Chief Tony gave me money. Plenty of it. He paid for my wigs, my creams, even a new iPhone. He told me I deserved luxury, and I believed him. I moved into a small apartment in GRA Enugu, and life became sweet again. I started posting on Instagram, wearing designer clothes, eating at fancy restaurants. My friends envied me, and I loved the attention. I told myself Henry would be fine. After all, I suffered enough when he lost his job. But the truth, I couldn't sleep some nights. Whenever I scrolled through my phone at midnight, I saw the pictures of our children, smiling in their old school uniforms, and guilt would stab me in the chest. I ignored it. I told myself I deserved to be happy. But everything changed one Sunday evening. Amaka called me, her voice trembling. "Clara, are you sitting down?" I asked, half asleep. "What is it?" "It's Henry." She paused. "He was rushed to the hospital. He collapsed at New Haven Market." My heart dropped. "What? What happened?" "They said he hadn't eaten in 2 days. He was looking for work, any kind of work." I froze. "Clara, he's in Enugu Teaching Hospital. You need to go." I hung up without saying a word. For a few seconds, I just sat there, the makeup brush in my hand trembling. Something broke inside me that night. I put on a simple dress and rushed to the hospital. The moment I stepped into the ward and saw him, thin, pale, lying helplessly on that bed, my chest tightened. "Henry!" I whispered, tears filling my eyes. He turned slowly, his lips dry. When he saw me, he tried to smile. "Clara, you came." I couldn't speak. I wanted to say sorry, to explain, to tell him I never meant to hurt him. But the words wouldn't come. He closed his eyes again. "I prayed you would come, even if it's just once." I stood by Henry's hospital bed like a stranger. The man lying there didn't look like the Henry I once knew. His cheeks had sunk, his lips were dry, and his once broad shoulders looked fragile, like they could break if I touched him too hard. "Henry," I whispered again. He opened his eyes, weakly smiling. "You still smell the same. Coconut oil." Tears rolled down my face. "Please don't talk like that. You'll be fine." He looked at me quietly. "Clara, I'm not angry that you left. I just wish you had waited. Things were about to change." My heart pounded. "What do you mean?" He took a deep breath, struggling to speak. "The company that sacked me called last week. They want me back. They realized I was innocent. They said they'll even give me a promotion." My knees went weak. I held the bed rail for support. "But I couldn't even go," he continued, voice faint. "I had no money for transport, no strength. I've been trying to get small jobs to survive." He coughed, a dry, painful sound, and closed his eyes again. I broke down. "Henry, please stop talking. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." I wanted to hold him, to beg for forgiveness, but guilt had wrapped itself around my throat. That night, I stayed by his side. I didn't care who saw me. I wiped his sweat, cleaned his lips, prayed silently. But inside me was fear growing, fear that I was too late. By morning, the doctor came in. "Madam, his condition is critical. He's malnourished and stressed. We'll do our best." I nodded, numb. Then my phone rang. It was Chief Tony. "Baby, where are you? I've been calling you all night," he said in his usual commanding tone. I took a deep breath. "Chief, I'm in the hospital. My husband is sick." There was silence. Then he laughed, low and cold. "Your husband? Clara, I told you I don't do drama. You better choose what you want. I don't share my women. I closed my eyes, fighting tears. Please, Chief, don't talk like that. I'll call you back. Don't bother, he snapped. I don't chase shadows. I'll send my driver to collect the phone I bought for you. And don't call me again. The line went dead. Just like that, everything I thought I had, gone. I sat on the cold hospital chair, shaking. My makeup smudged, my heart shattered. For the first time, I saw my reflection in the small mirror on the wall, and I didn't recognize the woman staring at back. Fake lashes, wig, designer bag, but empty eyes. A woman that traded love for comfort and lost both. God, please, I whispered, my voice trembling. Don't take him from me, not like this. But life doesn't always wait for our apologies. By evening, Henry's breathing grew shallow. I held his hand tightly, praying he would open his eyes again. Henry, I'm here, I said, squeezing his hand. I'm not leaving again, I promise. He smiled faintly, his eyes watery. Tell the kids I love them. Tell them, Daddy tried. Please don't say that, I cried. You tell them yourself. You come home with me. But the beeping sound on the machine began to slow down. One beep, another, then silence. I froze. Henry, please, don't do this. The doctor rushed in. They tried to revive him. They pressed his chest, injected him, shouted his name. But Henry was gone. My world went quiet. I screamed until my voice broke. My knees hit the floor. I begged, I pleaded, but nothing changed. Henry was gone, and I was the reason. The days that followed felt like a dream I couldn't wake up from. At the burial, I couldn't look anyone in the eye. The whispers cut through my skin like knives. That's his wife, someone murmured. She left him when he lost his job. See her now, wearing black like she cared. I didn't defend myself. I didn't even cry anymore. My tears had dried. When everyone left, I stayed by his grave, kneeling on the red Enugu soil. Henry, I whispered, you were a good man. I didn't see it then, but I see it now. I thought money could fill me, but it only emptied me more. The wind blew gently, carrying the scent of dust and regret. That night, I went home to an empty apartment. Chief Tony had taken everything, the furniture, the TV, even the curtains. All I had left were my memories and my shame. Weeks passed. I tried to rebuild my life, but guilt followed me everywhere. Sometimes I'd see couples walking in Polo Park Mall and my heart would twist. Sometimes I'd pass by Henry's old office and wonder what life could have been if I had waited. Then one afternoon, I visited my children. They were staying with Henry's mother in Nsukka. The moment they saw me, they froze. Mommy, little Kamsi asked. I knelt, crying. My baby, I'm so sorry. Mommy made mistakes, big ones. Henry's mother stood at the door, arms folded. Her eyes were cold. Clara, it's too late. You can see them, but don't confuse them. They are trying to heal. I nodded, wiping my tears. I understand, Mama. I just want to say sorry. She looked away. Go and live with your choices. Those words haunted me long after I left. It's been 3 years now. I still live in Enugu, in a small rented room at Achara layout. I work in a boutique, now selling the same kind of wigs that I once fought Henry for. Sometimes customers walk in and I see my old self in them, loud, flashy, full of pride. When they talk about their boyfriends or complain that their husbands are broke, I just smile sadly. If only they knew how fast everything can disappear. I've learned that love is not about money or luxury. It's about patience, standing beside someone even when life breaks them.
Henry wasn't perfect, but he was mine, and I lost him chasing shadows. Now, whenever I pass by the Enugu Teaching Hospital, I stop by the gate and whisper, "I'm sorry." And sometimes, when the evening breeze brushes my face, I imagine it's him, forgiving me at last.